So hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is Mel's Gaming, here with another Way of the Hunter video. Now in this video I have something pretty interesting to share with you guys, but I just have to start off by saying I wasn't the first person to discover this or anything, but in the official Discord for Way of the Hunter, which I will make sure to link in the video description, someone actually found the Xbox achievements for Way of the Hunter, and there's some pretty interesting things actually hidden within these achievements. Now starting off with this achievement, which is the Nice to Meet You achievement, which is to meet all the landowners in Nez Perce Valley. Now, I'm not entirely sure if I'm pronouncing that location name correctly, but it's the best pronunciation I could find after looking it up and doing some research. And another interesting thing is that Nez Perce is actually a real-life location. I found a national park in Nez Perce, and there was some really interesting reading to be done as well. So, based off of a real-life location. Then we have the Ahoy achievement, which is to discover all echo spots in Nez Perce Valley. So pretty cool, and some pretty cool scenery there as well. And then moving on to this achievement, which is the Like a Palm of My Hand achievement, discover all points of interest in Nez Perce Valley. Now, like I said, this does appear to be based off of a real-life place in North America, which makes sense, as we know that there is going to be a North America map on launch for this game. So yeah, really cool to see it being based off of a real-life location. And staying with that same theme, we move on to this achievement, which is the Welcome to the Land of VAMP... CHAMOIS achievement. Meet all landowners in Transylvania. Now, we know Transylvania is, of course, a real-life place, same as Nez Perce, so that's really cool to see, again, another real-life location, and this does appear to be the location for the European map. And then we have the Every Nook and Cranny achievement, which is to discover all points of interest in Transylvania. So again, very similar to the achievements we saw for Nez Perce. So really, really cool. I like seeing real-life locations. Now, I don't know how accurate they'll be to real life, but I always think it's pretty cool to see real-life locations featured. So really cool, and like I said, some really interesting reading about Nez Perce. I'd never heard of it. So yeah, really, really cool to learn about. Then we have this, not great, not terrible achievement. Get first 3-star rated trophy. So in this, we now learn that there is a star rating system for animals in Way of the Hunter, and that seems to be their scoring system, is based off of stars. So looking at a 3-star animal, I guess, as a pretty average one. So interesting that we finally get to learn a little bit about the scoring system. Then we get the Go Big or Go Home achievement. Harvest 5 different species of big game animals. And here we get another image of the black bear model, which I think looks so fabulous. And the environment, it just fits in the environment really well, which may sound like a strange thing to say, but it's kind of important. You know, they need to look like they naturally fit in the environment, and I think that looks pretty darn good. Then we have the Top of the Pyramid achievement, which is to harvest 4 different species of predators. Now here I'm thinking we're seeing an image perhaps from the rewindable bullet cam, and I don't know how I feel about this image. I think the blood spray looks a little weird, and I don't know, it maybe just looks a bit odd because it's frozen for a screenshot, but I'm not so sure about this one. I'd be more curious to see what it actually looks like in footage, because this image made me a little unsure, I'll just say that. I just don't want it to be too arcadey, and I feel like a clip might do a better job of showing that off rather than just a still image. But then we have the Been There, Rode There achievement, which is to drive a car for 30k, and we have the image here of one of the in-game vehicles, which is pretty much just what you'd expect. Then we have the In Need of New Shoes achievement, to travel 10 kilometers on foot. And we have one absolutely gorgeous image here of some of the environment in-game. And the environment detail seems to have been absolutely nailed in Way of the Hunter. Everything I've seen so far is just really visually stunning, and I can see myself taking a lot of in-game screenshots. Because yeah, if you've got an environment that looks this good and this realistic, I can't wait to see it in different lighting, like sunrises and sunsets. Then we have the Sportsman stage achievement, which is to unlock 40 perks. So we know that there's going to be a perk system in-game, which is very curious. I'm very interested to actually see that and learn what kind of perks there are going to be, especially when you have an achievement for unlocking 40 of them. It sounds like there's going to be a lot of customization there for your character and how you actually play the game. So I'm really, really curious about that. Then we have Like Father, Like Son achievement, which is to harvest Hollywood. Now, I'm imagining that Hollywood is an in-game named animal that's probably part of the story missions. As we do know, there is going to be a story as part of this game that you can either take part in or not from everything that we've read. So I'm imagining this is part of the story missions and it's to harvest a certain animal that's been nicknamed Hollywood. That's what I'm getting from this achievement. So that'll be interesting to see when I do play through the story. Now, I'm also thinking that this achievement might be story related. To filter or not, that's the question achievement. Collect all photographs in Transylvania. Now, I'm just wondering if this is going to be part of the storyline where getting certain photographs for a lodge or something is part of the reward system. But what's really interesting about this achievement image is if you take a look down in the bottom right hand corner, we can see a couple of options. One of them is the toggle objectives option and the other is Hunter's Sense. Now, this is really particularly interesting because Hunter Sense normally means in games something that allows you to see animals or tracks in like a highlighted way that is like more intense. In Red Dead, for example, the rest of the environment will grey out and you'll see the animals in like different like yellows or reds, and the tracks will be in different colours so that you can see them more vividly. And I don't know how to feel about this. I don't know whether this could be a potentially cool thing or whether it'll make it too arcadey. Now, I think that's going to be something that heavily depends on what the gameplay is actually like, which is, again, something I'm itching to see is some actual gameplay. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how this comes into play, and a lot of discussion about that particular part of the image was going on in the Discord for Way of the Hunter, which, as I said, I will link in the description. Really, really interesting. Lots of people for it, lots of people against it. Gonna be really interesting to see how that sort of all comes out in the end once this game is released and we can actually see what it's like. But we also got treated to this beautiful screenshot, which was captioned something like, hang on a minute, that's not North America. And this does appear to be an image of the European map in Transylvania. And my gosh, what a stunning image. Just all of the detail we can see here in the environment looks absolutely incredible, and I just want to go and explore this so bad. I love forests, and you know, especially when they look this good, I just want to go and see what's lurking behind every tree. I'm so excited to go and explore this environment once we actually get our hands on the game. Really, really awesome. So some really interesting things in there through the achievements, and of course the first images of the European map in Transylvania. Also really cool to see that they're actually using real life locations for the maps, with Nez Perce for the North America map and Transylvania for the European map. And like I said, I actually learnt something because I didn't know about Nez Perce, and it was actually really interesting to read about. And I definitely do recommend going and looking up both places if that's the kind of thing you're interested in. Lots of really cool reading, and of course, you know, with Transylvania there's a lot of lore surrounding vampires and stuff in Transylvania, which there was a lot of discussion that maybe there could be some kind of cool Halloween event at some point with werewolves and vampires, and all kinds of discussions going on in the Discord, which, yeah, I definitely highly recommend you guys checking out. But that is going to be it for this video, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you think of everything. What do you think of the star ranking system? I don't know if there'll be a scoring system as well as a star ranking system. So, for example, a number score for the animal as well as a star rating for the quality and the age and stuff. It will be interesting to see how that actually is in game. Lots and lots of interesting things are hidden away in those achievements. So yeah, and big thank you to whoever it was that discovered them initially. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure who it was. But yeah, let me know down in the comments, guys, what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.